Welcome guys, Jesse Crypto here again. Guys, you'll have to bear with me. I have quite a cold and I need to really force my voice here right now in order to be able to talk to you. But I just wanted to do this little video to talk about more or less cryptocurrency mining, okay? I kind of, I was talking to a few guys who are an affiliate and a master distributor from this particular company. I sort of led on that I was going to do a video calling this company a scam, but I need to tell you 100% that I am not calling this company a scam. I just want to point out some of the mathematics here to kind of tell you why it's a horrible business decision, all right? Of course, mining is a business, okay? It's not like going to buy a chocolate bar at the store where you're expecting to buy a chocolate bar and eat the chocolate bar and then it's gone and you don't care that you lost money on the chocolate bar, right? Because it's a consumable product. But when we get into cryptocurrency mining, you have an expectation of earning a profit, right? Or are you getting into mining knowing that you're throwing your money away, right? Think about that. So if it's a business decision. So what I wanted to do right now is just go over the mathematics to do with this particular company, which is called Crypto Profits Network. I happen to know an affiliate for this company. I also know one of the master distributors for this company. And I like these guys, okay? They're great networkers, great marketers. And I did present my math and my perspective about this to them because they approached me about, whether I wanted to join this company or more so, I was approached to offer an opinion about the company, and I did so privately already a few days ago. But of course, when you present the hard numbers, the mathematics, the earnings, the difficulty, the technical side of it to people who don't understand the mathematics or the technical side of it, they just refuse to believe you, right? So anyway, I did tell them I was going to do this video. I do want to clarify one thing, that in this video, this is not going to be like my video on Vista Network, where I did call them an outright scam. Okay, this is not a personal attack. I'm not naming names. Excuse me. I'm not naming names in this video. I don't even know the owners of this company. I don't know whose video this is. This Louis Cruz. I have no idea. Okay, I'm not calling anybody a scammer. It's just that mining does contain, you need some technical, you need to have a little bit of technical understanding if you are going to treat this as a business. If you're going to just blindly run in and throw your money away, I mean, that's on you. Go ahead and do that. But if you do want to get into this as a business, you need to know how to analyze this business. You need to know the numbers. You need to know how to do the research yourself in order to determine whether this is a good decision for you. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I am saying that I am not participating in this company whatsoever. I am not an affiliate. I'm not going to buy any mining through these guys whatsoever. And through the course of this video, you're going to see why. So let's just start with one thing. I'm just going to biggie size this here for a second. Actually, my head might be behind this. I can't see my recording. But okay, so these are Litecoin mining packages, all right? And you can see the big one here. I'm just going to worry about the big one because it's the best value that you can get from this company. So I'm only going to work with the best value package, and I'm going to do the math on this for you right now, and you can determine how much sense this makes and whether or not you want to proceed with this company. Okay, so just keep this in mind, okay? So the package, this is a video that was sent to me, and this was my first impression of the company. Firstly, if I press play, which I'm not going to do, I'm not going to really antagonize people with this. But the very, very first thing that I noticed in this video is that this guy is calling, how you see here, 7.8 mega hashes, 40 mega hashes, 429 mega hashes. The presenter in this video is calling them meta hashes, M-E-T-A hashes, meta hashes. So number one right there, first thing that told me that you do not want to get in business with this company is that the presenter of this video has no idea what he's doing. Now, I don't know if the presenter of this video is an owner or just an affiliate, okay? If they're an affiliate, well, I can understand that they don't have the technical knowledge. They're just selling it. All right, so they're just a sales agent, but you think a sales agent might actually want to know something about the business model and the business itself and some of the technicals. I mean, I don't expect you to know how blocks are generated and how the cryptography really works and why, you know, hashes from the previous block are included in the next block and that. Like, that's, you know, irrelevant. But you should actually know how to properly describe your product if you're going to sell it, right? So he's calling them meta hashes, which has nothing to do with, it's just, what is it? What is this called? Kilo, mega, giga. It should pop up a Wikipedia. Okay, it's a metric term. Okay, so here. So, see, we're already doing research, right? Why people don't know this, I mean, you know, like there's kilograms, megagrams, gigagrams, teragrams, petagrams, exagrams, okay? In weight measurements. Okay, so in speed, okay, there's kilometers, there's actually megameters, gigameters, terameters, petameters. Okay, just like there's decimeters, centimeters, millimeters, micrometers, nanometers, picometers, femtometers, atometers, right? These are units of measurement. So why this presenter is calling them meta hashes and not mega hashes is beyond me. It's just a unit of measurement. It's nothing technical. It's a metric unit of measurement. So there's your first bit of research, and it just kind of like, it irritated me so bad, I burst out laughing, and I had to stop the video. Okay, so moving on. Now that I'm done picking on the presenter, let's actually get into the business, aside from the way he pronounces and describes the business. So the big package, I want you to write this down, okay? Just remember these numbers as we go through, all right? So the big package is $4,000, those are US dollars, for 429 mega hashes per second of hashing power, of computation power. So all mega hashes, or all a hash per second is how many guesses your machine can make per second to guess the knots for the particular block in order to verify the block and proceed on to the next one. Okay, so at 429 mega hashes is 429,000 kilo hashes is 429,000 hashes per second. So what's that? I need to visualize my numbers. 429,000,000,000,123. So that's 429 million. So I need to visualize my numbers in order to understand, right? So what all this means is that you're going to pay $4,000 to license a machine that gets 429 million guesses per second in order to crack the cryptography, in order to verify this block on the Litecoin chain and move on. And you get paid each time a block is found, or you get paid for your portion thereof for participating in a mining pool, yada yada. I don't want to get into all of that. I just want to show you guys, again, I've done many videos about this, of how to do the mathematics and calculate your own earnings, okay? So just remember, $4,000 for 429 mega hashes. And just to verify, okay, here's the website. If I can go to the home page, it's just cryptoprofitsnetwork.com. Wow. They have errors on their website. So why I'm looking at I don't have an account with these guys, but I'm looking at a back office right now. So I would say that their developers are having some serious issues. Now I can't get back to my page, can I? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so anyway, still their website. Obviously, the developers are having problems because when I go to the home page, I'm looking at a back office, and I don't even have an account with this company, okay? So anyway, moving on. Here again, here's the big package in Litecoin options. I guess they are coming out with a bunch of other mining options, all right? But Litecoin is currently what they're offering. And I don't know if these are available, so I'm told they're coming soon. I don't know, it's irrelevant. I'm only going to deal with Litecoin, and I'm only going to deal with this big package. And just to verify, we're on cryptoprofitsnetwork.com. We're looking at the platinum package, $4,000 USD, 429 mega hashes per second, not meta hashes. That was irritating. Okay, 429 mega hashes per second, 2-year lease back agreement. And I'm going to touch base on that later on and explain why you wouldn't lease back this machine ever, not even after a year. And no maintenance fees. Okay, so that's something they have going for them, is no maintenance fees, but your actual electric cost is going to be relatively cheap compared to the price they're charging. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to touch base on is 429 mega hashes, $4,000. So I'm over here on Bitmain's website. Actually, it just popped up the advertisement for the Antminer L3 Plus, which is basically, I mean, it's the leading Litecoin miner at the moment, or the leading script miner at the moment, which script is the algorithm that Litecoin uses. So they're the leading provider. And even if it's not the world's most efficient Litecoin miner, even if it's not the best, the numbers that you're about to see are going to make you just say, ew, gross, right? So I'm just going to go under Antminer because it's what we're looking for. Sometimes this website's a little bit slow. Give it a second. Now we're looking at script. See, that says script / Litecoin miners. All it's saying again is script is the algorithm, and just letting you know it can mine Litecoin. It can mine a whole bunch of other currencies as well. But you can see here already if you're looking at the numbers. Okay, so this particular machine does 580 mega hashes per second, and it costs $534 USD. Okay. Wow. So it gets more hash rate, and it's less money. Now, to that credit, you have to get a power supply, which is about $100. Okay, so let's add $100 to this, which would be 634 USD. And let's say, you know, you got shipping, $100, so 734 USD. Okay, and let's just throw in another couple of dollars. We'll even it off at an even $750 USD after you buy a couple of cables and whatever, wires and whatever that you need in order to facilitate this. Because, I mean, you need an Ethernet cable, you need a power cable for your power supply, yada yada. Okay, so a couple dollars. So let's say all in, delivered to your door, you get this miner for $750 USD after all expenses, okay? And it gets 580 mega hashes per second. Let's just go back for a second. $4,000, 429 mega hashes per second. More mega hashes per second, literally like 6 times less in cost. Well, like 8 times less in cost on base cost, but after all of our expenses that I'm figuring in there, excuse me, after all of the expenses that I'm figuring in there, it's like 5 or 6 times less in cost just to buy the damn machine, right? So, and there's a couple of arguments about that, all right, that were already presented to me by the master distributor. One of those is that you need a lot of technical knowledge in order to set up a miner, right? Well, here's the thing, is that basically you plug it in, okay? You go to your browser. I mean, like I have one right here. Here's how you set up a miner. Aside from plugging it in, it's really easy. You plug it in. Excuse me, I have a cold. I gotta apologize. It's basically, aside from plugging it in, you get it, you plug in your power cables, you plug it into the wall, you put an Ethernet cable, you plug it into your router. So aside from plugging in your miner, basically you go into your web browser, you type in the IP address of the machine, which mine is oh shit, wrong number, sorry. I got subnet of 2. So 2.19. So here's the miner. So you log into your miner. The password's admin, okay? For the default password, mine's obviously different, and I'm already logged in. So this is your miner interface. You go to miner configuration. So in order to start your miner, once you just plug in the cables, all you do is you go to a pool. So the pool I'm on, this is a Litecoin miner, right? So I'm on siamining.com. They give you all this information. So you go to the pool website, you copy paste the URL, okay? And then in here, you put your Litecoin address, or in your case, will be your Litecoin address, and this will be your Litecoin mining pool, and a password of X. It just has to have a letter in there. It doesn't matter. Just put X. Okay? And then you just fill up these fields. You hit save and apply. Okay? It'll reboot itself, and then it's mining. That's it. That's all the technical knowledge you need in order to set up a miner at home. Okay? Next argument was that you need 3-phase power. And I just laughed. I could tell that this guy knew nothing about knew nothing about the electrical, you know, how electrical actually works. Firstly, these machines do not run on 3-phase power. Yes, very large mining farms have 3-phase power delivered to their facility, and then it must go through a transformer in order to step it down into regular North American 220 power. Okay? Ideally, you will run these on 220 power, but if you actually look at the specifications, The thing only draws at the wall. At 220 volt AC, it draws 942 watts. Okay, so you have easily enough room in there to run that at 110 volt. There is no requirement to run this even at 220 volt, and there is surely, it's not even possible to run it on 3-phase power. Okay, so you don't need a complex power setup, but you wouldn't want to run more than one of these on a standard 15 amp North American 110 volt circuit. If you do have just a 110 volt 20 amp circuit, you can run 2 of these on a single circuit if it's a 20 amp circuit. So all that requires is a 20 amp plug and 12 gauge wire instead of 14 gauge wire, which are actually usually your outside plugs on your house. So the plugs that are outside by your driveway or in your backyard or whatever, those are usually wired for 20 amp, because you know people are going to run power washers and air compressors and things like that. So they usually run 20 amps to those outlets. Your standard interior outlets are usually 15 amps, so you can still run one of these miners very, very comfortably and safely on a standard North American 110 volt plug-in, okay? So you don't need crazy power. Now, if you're going to buy 10 or 20 or 100 of these miners, yes, you're going to want to get an electrician, probably get a separate power service installed in your house just for your mining operation, and then have it properly wired for 220 volt single-phase power, not 3-phase, okay? That was one of the arguments I had. And the other one was that, well, it's reasonable to expect a retail markup when you're buying something from a retailer. Well, Bitmain retails to the public. This $534, that's not just for people that want to buy 500 miners at wholesale level. That's anybody that wants to buy a miner. Okay? So the retail markup, yes, if you're going to buy from, you know, a local retailer, there's going to be a markup. Most retailers mark their stuff up, you know, 50%, 100%, something like that. So if you had to pay $1,000 for the miner, I would say that's a reasonable markup, but $4,000 is royally out of the question. Okay? So anyway, those were some of the rebuttals I had as far as this portion of the argument. Okay? So I just wanted to address that. Moving on, the next thing I wanted to address is the actual expected return. So the return on your investments, okay? And that's pretty easy to calculate as well. Okay, I'm going to show you a website that I use. And again, I've showed you guys this in many, many videos. If you go here, let me just close this advertisement. This is coinwarz.com, okay? So it's coin, C-O-I-N, wars, W-A-R-Z or Z.com. And you'll end up on this page, okay? So I actually have it pre-filled in right now. So what you want to do is go to script, because that is the algorithm that Litecoin uses, okay? And then you'll see here on the first line it says kilohashes per second. All right. So I remember I showed you metric prefixes, right? So kilo is 1,000, right? Mega is 1,000,000. All right. So all we're doing is going up or down, you know, 1,000 times, right? So, so in order to convert from mega hashes, which is 429 mega hashes, to go to kilohashes, you multiply by 1,000. So it's 429,000 kilohashes per second. And because they did advertise over here, no maintenance fees, okay, we're going to put in a value of 0 watts, so 0 power consumption. All right, so 429,000 kilohashes per second at 0 watts for no maintenance fees. And we're going to click calculate profitability. And what we're going to do is scroll down to Litecoin, because they told us we're mining Litecoin. It is $1.78 per day. Okay, so I'm going to pop up a calculator here. So that's $1.78 per day. And the contract, again, the contract term was a 2-year agreement, 2-year leaseback agreement. So at the end of 2 years, you can buy the machine, basically, is what they're telling you. So it's a 2-year contract. So remember that. So what did I say that we have? Let me go back here for a second. $1.78 per day. So again, remember, it cost you $4,000 for this contract, right? And you're going to get $1.78. Remember, I'm looking at Litecoin down here. Ignore this stuff. Looking at Litecoin, LTC. It's going to net you $1.78 per day after expenses, because we have $0 for electricity, okay? So 1.78 per day times 365 days in a year, okay? You're going to get $650 times 2 years. So in 2 years, you're going to return $1,300. You're going to spend $4,000. You're going to earn $1,300. okay, at current market at current market rates. Okay, so you can already see that this is a terrible business decision, right? Horrible business decision. Okay, so if you're going to put out $4,000, and again, this is $4,000 of money that you cannot immediately get back, right? You don't own the machine. It's not like you can go and sell the machine to somebody else for $4,000, right? And as a matter of fact, if you own the machine and you paid $4,000 for it, you're not going to be able to get more than $500 for it if anybody else can go and buy one for $500. So horrible business decision to spend $4,000 with only an expected earnings of $1,300. So I received a rebuttal to this one as well. The rebuttal to this was that, well, and this guy said this to me, I might paraphrase a little bit, but he more or less said, Jesse, you're a trader, and you know that Litecoin's about to take a huge jump. So people are going to make money, all right? Well, even if I agree, I kind of laughed at this, right? Because if I agree, and I do, I agree that Litecoin will increase in value. It's going to take some time. I mean, if you want to get my market analysis, you got to follow my Facebook posts, things like that. And I've been kind of quiet as far as the trading because I'm in a kind of an opinion right now that if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand TA, it doesn't matter whether you go long or you go short, you're going to get wrecked right now because we're in kind of one of these areas. And if you want to know why, follow my Facebook post. I'll do another video about that. But even though I do believe Litecoin is going to go up, why, if I believe Litecoin is going to go up, why would I invest into mining at an obvious retail markup of many-fold, okay, with an expectation of only earning $1,300 at current difficulty? Why would I invest in mining and not just buy Litecoin? Okay? Now, here's the thing. This is a business, all right? So if you buy a miner, you spend $4,000, you can't exit that contract. Okay? You're in for 2 years. You can't sell your miner to get your money back. If you just go to an exchange and you buy Litecoin, and then in like 2 months you say, "Oh, damn, I'm broke. I need my money back." You can just sell your Litecoin. Okay? It might be a little bit less in value, it might be a little bit more in value, but you can sell your Litecoin at any time. Okay? So it's money that's not lost. It's an asset that you have and you always contain, right? But it's not lost money as you know, opposed to buying a mining machine or buying a mining contract. Okay? So again, just an example of why it's a horrible business decision. At current network conditions, at current market conditions, you're going to spend $4,000 with Crypto Profits Network, and you're going to return a revenue of $1,300 at the end of 2 years. Okay? So, horrible business decision. Okay. Moving on. The other one I wanted to touch base on was network difficulty. Okay? So I have here a Litecoin difficulty chart, and you can see from December, or the beginning of the year, you can see how Litecoin, even though the price has gone down significantly, you can see the difficulty has been increasing. The difficulty is the red line. So you have the blue line is the hash rate. So the hash rate is basically the number of miners on the network, right? And the number of miners are always increasing. And anytime you have more miners on the same network, it's increasing the competition, okay? And therefore increasing the difficulty to earn a block, therefore reducing your earnings per mining machine or per hash that you are contributing to the network. Okay, so anytime this line is going upwards, you are losing revenue if you're already a miner. There was a point here where difficulty went down, and that's because mining wasn't profitable, so people turn off their miners, right? And you can see it's kind of doing this weird thing right now. It might come down a little bit, but overall, if the price of Litecoin increases, which I do believe it will, but if the price of Litecoin increases, then so will the hash rate, so will the difficulty, and your earnings for that contract you're already locked into, okay, are going to be reduced slowly over time. So when I look at a calculation, you kind of have to factor in the fact that difficulty is going to increase, okay, and your earnings are going to decrease at all times. Right? Keep that in mind. So, so that expectation of earning $1,300 at the end of 2 years could be a lot less. So if you're gonna put out $4,000 and you can only potentially return or mathematically return $1,300, you need to rely on about a 2.5x increase in the price of Bitcoin, or the price of Litecoin, sorry, just to break even. Okay? Well, what if you bought Litecoin? If you buy Litecoin and the price of Litecoin goes up 2.5x, you're in mad profit. That's beautiful profit, right? But if you buy a mining machine, you need the price of Litecoin to go up 2.5x just to break even. And you don't make money until the price goes above and beyond that. Okay? So that's why I believe this is a horrible business decision. Okay? I'm not calling Crypto Profits Network a scam. I don't think it's a scam. I have no evidence of it being a scam. Okay? Again, a scam is when people take your money and don't do what they promise they're going to do. They probably will do what they promise they're going to do. They're going to operate a mining farm. Okay? But it's a horrible, horrible, horrible business decision. So, so why is the price $4,000 for this miner then? Right? Why is it like that? It is, in my opinion, that this is nothing but an MLM or a Ponzi or whatever you want to call it. It's just a network marketing scheme, okay? And the reason for the $4,000 price tag is so that they can afford this no maintenance fees, okay? So they can afford that. They can afford to pay commissions to the upline. Obviously, if they have a master distributor and they have a bunch of affiliates, they got to pay commissions. I don't know what the commissions are. I don't care. I don't care what the comp plan is. Doesn't matter, all right? They're charging like 8 times the price of the actual mining machine so that they can afford to operate MLM marketing scheme. Okay? That's what I see, and that is my opinion. But I'm not going to call it a scam, okay? So that's basically it, guys. That's my opinion of this particular company. And not just this company. I mean, any company that offers mining services, you can calculate the exact same way. You just take your numbers. You go, CoinWars, determine how much earnings you're expected to receive at the end of your contract. Go to Bitmain, see what the actual cost of the mining machine is. Go to the difficulty charts, which really you don't have to, they're always going up, right? But go to the difficulty charts, okay? And how do you find it? I mean, this one's on Bitcoin Wisdom. If you just go to Google and type in Litecoin difficulty, Bitcoin difficulty, Monero difficulty, you know, it's one of the first few search results are going to be the information you're looking for. Okay, I get tons and tons and tons of people that just inbox me and say, well, what's, you know, they ask me the answer to their question, or they ask me how do I learn this, you know, and I say, have you tried Googling it yet, right? It's just it's the internet. It's so easy, guys, right? I don't expect you to know the technicals, but you should know how to go to Google and get the answers you're looking for, and you should always be asking questions before you part with your money. Okay, so that's it. Horrible business decision. Otherwise, probably going to operate a mining farm. I don't know. I can't call it a scam. I don't even know the owners. I don't know anything about the business other than the numbers, and all I'm presenting to you today is the numbers. So until next time, guys, stay safe out there. Be smart. Always be asking questions. Use freaking Google, okay, to get answers to your questions. And if you need me, you can always inbox me if you need me. All right, guys? So until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao for now. Stay safe.